Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you everyone who's been watching and subscribing. Welcome new subscribers, newcomers to the channel. I'm so grateful that you take the time out of your busy day, everyone, to watch my videos. I am grateful that you're helping my channel to grow too. Ash is still with me, the kitty cat, so if you hear him in the background or if he jumps on the camera, I'm sorry about that. But like I said, he really does love the tarot and seems very interested in the camera. But this is our Gemini solar return. Happy birthday, Gemini. Happy solar return, Gemini. And with Gemini, we have like May 20th, 21st to June 19th or 20th. It depends on where it falls at different times of the years as the Earth rotates. But this year it's May 20th, 2017. So this will cover through May 20th next year, 2018. Now we know with Gemini, okay, the Gemini is the symbol of the twins, which the twins are humanity. It's a duality, you know. They rule communication. The ruling planet for Gemini is Mercury. And even their glyph, the sign, looks like the arms and legs of a human. Now, Gemini does rule the hands, arms, legs, shoulders, and lungs of the body. And that would be where you're susceptible to any injuries or anything going wrong or accidents. So pay attention to that. Upper respiratory infections, bronchitis, pneumonia, etc. Your polar opposite is Sagittarius. And where Gemini is the human mind, the physical mind that assimilates information and wants to chitter-chatter with everyone, loves to talk, write, and express themselves and their ideas, or even push their thoughts on others, Sagittarius is taking that information that was assimilated in the human mind and is supposed to be in the broader mind, share it outward, and express it outward. It's one assimilates information and communication, and Sagittarius is supposed to broaden that into a higher perspective, higher philosophy, higher realms, and expand on that. Now we know with Gemini, you are a masculine sign, a mutable sign, and an air sign. So the air sign in the element air is the swords in the tarot, which is your communication, your thoughts, but it's also your words. And Geminis can be very sharp like a razor, but they could be very clear too in their, you know, we have shadow side and light side. In their expression could be very clear and succinct, usually great at vlogging, blogging, poetry, writing of any kind. And usually when they can talk about things, because a lot of Geminis don't know how to express their feelings because there's so much in their head. They don't tap into that heart center as much. So it's a lot of things to work on in expressing yourself, even from your heart. But the most likable trait is your responsiveness. Your mantra, your keywords are I think. Okay, and let's see if there was anything else I wanted to talk to you about with Gemini. And being a mutable signs mean you're very, well, you're adaptable on a higher level. Let's say that you're adaptable, you know, and you can fit into almost any situation. In a lower vibration, you might be too flip-floppy, vacillating. And if anybody knows a Sagittarius and like a Gemini, they flip-flop. They go from one thing to another. You can convince them that you're right, then they can say that they're right. It goes back and forth. And sometimes they aren't able to make up their mind because they're in their heads a lot. With that being said, let's talk about the decanates. Now, the decanates are the different 10 days of each sign because there's 30 days in each sign. So with the first 10 days of Gemini, May 21st through May 31st, your keyword is ingenuity, and the constellation for you is Lepus, the hare, who triumphs over enemies by outwitting them, and your sub-ruler is Mercury, which is your ruling planet. In the second decanate, which is June 1st to June 10th, anyone born in those days, your keyword is union. Your constellation is Orion, the giant hunter of magnificent strength and beauty. Orion was placed in the heavens to commemorate his great bravery. Your sub-ruling planet is Venus. The third 10 days or decanate is June 11th through June 20th, and your keyword is reason. Your constellation is Auriga, the charioteer. He was like a serpent-footed king who invented the four-wheeled chariot, which symbolizes communication. And your sub-ruling planet is Uranus. Okay, and Uranus now does rule Aquarius, which is your sister or brother air sign. Now what I've been doing with the solar returns is pulling out the cards that represent you in the tarot, just as something of an interest so you could see the energy in the cards and how they relate to each of us and each of the signs. Now, Gemini, as represented by the court card, would be the Knight of Swords. Now, I am using my beautiful Gilded Tarot deck. I do love this deck. And with the Knight of Swords, it would cover the third decade of Taurus and the first two of Gemini. So like May 11th through June 10th. The Magician and the Lovers are the major arcana that represent Gemini. The Magician, the number 1, is Mercury, which is the ruling planet of Gemini. And the Lovers, which is number 6, which is the number of balance, is Gemini. And then in the minor arcana, we have for the decanates represented here. The 10 of Swords. Oh, did I put them in reverse? I'm sorry. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords would be May 21st to May 31st, which is your first 10 days, and that would represent Jupiter in Gemini, which is expansion and growth in Gemini. Higher philosophies, and Jupiter does rule Sagittarius, which is your polar opposite. Okay. Don't worry about the pictures because every energy is expressed differently. When I read the tarot, yes, there are definitive meanings and symbology imbued in the cards, but when I read whatever spirit gives me, I just give you that, and that's more like that's just channeled energy and information. So don't look at them and think, oh my God, that's terrible. It isn't. We have balance, right? Light and dark. Now we have the 9 of Swords, which is June 1st through 10th, and this would be Mars in Gemini. Mars is that initiative, that is that blazing pioneer of great thoughts, the male seed, the allspark. And it's in Gemini, so it's definitely in communication and the way you're thinking. And then with the 10 of Swords would be June 11th through 20th is the Sun in Gemini. Now the Sun is our ego. Could be our arrogance. You know, we go light and dark. And it is in Gemini. And Gemini we know is the way we communicate, talk, and think. So with the Sun in Gemini, it is about how we express ourselves, how we shine ourselves, our light, and as expressed through the Gemini traits. But these are the cards that do symbolize you as a Gemini. Now I'm going to try and shift this over. Hopefully I don't hit the cat or knock anything over because I can't get everything in full screen. So bear with me. Like I say, I shift, you shift, we shift. And that's as the energy goes. So here's our lovely reading for the year. Now we start off, and it's no coincidence, I love when Spirit does this. We start off with the Magician. I'm doing this one different. I have been doing them in layout of the months, but this one, Spirit called for it this way, and this is how I pulled the cards, but this is a general energy for the entire year for you, okay? With the Magician, we do have that as your card, as you see here. That is one of your major arcana. This card is actually Mercury. So the Magician talks about making things so just by speaking it or willing it to you, your desire. Okay, so that's in a general thing. It's about honing your skills, mastering your skills, and putting them out there. It's new options, ideas. It's a solution. It's love, it's life. So it covers a gambit of things because you have all 4 elements here. You see on the table before the Magi, we have the sword, the cup, the pentacle, and the wand. These are all 4 energies. This is our air, water, earth, and fire. This is what we master in our lives, the elements to bring into balance into our lives, to wield them. And with the Magician, it is about taking our energies and devoting them into manifest. And since it's Mercury, which Mercury was the ruler of communication and back and forth through the heavens to the gods to earth, bringing messages with swiftness and clarity, this one is talking about taking that energy of your mind and putting some speed behind it and getting things done, going back and forth, communicating with others, social networking. So for many of you this year, there will be a great deal of social networking. There will be increased sociability. A lot of you will be welcoming new friends or welcoming friends from the past, they're saying, because we do have this Aquarius polarity now. You know, I did the video for the nodal shift if you haven't seen it. We've shifted out of Virgo Pisces and now we are in Leo and Aquarius. And Aquarius is about, in the South Node, healing the past with calm. But it also is about communications and expanding, like in your genius, awakening with other groups. And things for humanity and healing things. So for many of you, you'll be like healing things in your relationships with people, places, and things. And it's also about bringing people from the past into your life. Old groups of friends may be reemerging in your life also, they're saying, with the South Node in Aquarius. So for some of you, you know, this is a general reading for the year. There will be much great socialization and networking going on, okay? You are going to be putting yourself out there. You're going to be using your skills. You have all the tools, they're saying. You have the skill set. You have to make it manifest, as above, so below. Okay, as within, so without. We have the lemniscate here, which is our energy, always was, always will be, never ending. We just recreate. And that's what we do in life. So with this card, many of you will be changing jobs, changing career, manifesting the things that you're really wanting in your life, whether it's emotionally for a new love, healing a relationship, your children, your family, your friends, yourself, your body, okay? Grounding yourself, they're saying too, grounding energy, because I see this red cloak. So a lot of you have been scattered in this last year. You had a rough year. You had a really, really hard time. You know, we had the Virgo Pisces polarity, you know, and they're the mutable signs. So the Geminis and Sagittarius had a really rough gig too. And I just want you to know that that is past for you. We've entered a new period of 18 months in a new nodal shift of Leo and Aquarius. So anyone who's got that ascendant or moon, a heavy placement with Leo or Aquarius, check into your chart and see how this 18-month nodal shift will affect you. But on a general reading, it is about you putting yourself out there, okay, seeing how you stack up to others in a friendly way and a good way, because that's very Gemini. Socializing. So you're seeing your skill sets and you're putting them to use. Whether it is in your job, career, health matters, love life, relationship, family, material things, or yourself. This is the year that you're going to hone and fine-tune you, they're saying. The Geminis are going to focus this year, for as good as a Gemini can focus, because they're all over the place. But with the one energy, and this is a one vibration, they're saying, it's going to be about you. Healing you is how you will heal everything else. It's not about fixing the other person, they're saying. You need to work on you this year, and then everything will be in alignment. Okay, so that's a beautiful energy, and it's a major arcana. So when the majors come, this is what they're saying you need to do and learn and accomplish this year. And it can change for all of us as we accomplish things in life. It can come and go. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is a lovely card. I always say that is God's hand intervening. So there's a creative allspark going on for you this year. It's like out of the blue. That's very Aquarian too, because it's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus does rule one of your cards. So this card to me in the Northern Hemisphere is summer. In the Southern Hemisphere, it's winter. So in the Northern Hemisphere, it would be our summer solstice before our autumnal equinox, so like June 19, 20, 21st to September 19, 20, 21st. And then in the Southern Hemisphere, it would be your opposite. But this is the allspark. This is God offering you the wand to take it and walk with it, putting those ideas into use, planting the seed, it's grown. So like with this energy here, whatever you've been working on to manifest, this is talking about it actually taking root, all right? I do see there's a calm water, and the way the river is flowing, you know, it's feeding the land, and we do have some prosperity here and growth, and we do have this castle in the background. Spirit is always there, piquing our interest and speaking to us. So for many of you, I would say between the summer and autumn, and in the other hemispheres, it's the opposite, you will see growth starting to take place. You see, it's not in full bloom, but definitely there is signs of life coming from your ideas. Others of you, your energy will be improving. Others of you, your health will be improving. Some of you will be conceiving or giving birth. And this is usually a male child. And for others, you in business and commerce, they're saying, because Mercury is your ruling planet, that started a new business. And all your ideas, your passion, your drive, you're really aligned. You know, I'm seeing this alignment, like as above, so below. It's ready to get planted. You see, it's not in the ground yet, but it's ready to get planted because the life is there. So for a lot of you, what's going on here is definitely in the past year or years, the 9-year cycle that you've had that's ended, now we're in the 1 vibration, all the things you've been working on that have gone nowhere, have been stagnant. You thought things were working in the unseen, and now you're finally going to see the results for your hard work. And everyone is going to get a different level of that because we all put different level energies into it. And depending on what we agreed on before we got here in this life story that's unfolding, we will see different results. Like I might say, I put all this work in for these last 38 years and I should have better results right now. Well, I have to stop thinking about that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who knows what I agreed on before I got here? It was maybe my brilliant idea to have this struggle and turbulence in my life. And now I want to kick myself in the ass, but it's too late for that. All I'm going to do right now is work through it. And a lot of times I get in my own way. I try and control what's going on. I want to fix things. And they're saying that too. A lot of these things that you were trying to control and fix, you were hitting resistance. It was time to go with the flow. This was an evolvement for you. This was a soul's journey. This was a growth spurt. And you say, God, it hurts so much. I've lost so much. I've missed out on so much. I'm grieving so much. I'm in so much pain and heartache. And I understand, dear ones. I understand that you had a rough time in different areas of your lives for different people. And it is the pains of growing in our lives, in our life story. You are stretching and growing, but this is a time of recalibration. And look what you've survived. Look what you have learned. Look who you are, so much stronger. And now you can feel renewed life energy and passion because we do have the Judgment card. Now the Judgment card is being awakened from the emotional dead. Whatever it was that entombed you in your life is being freed. Gabriel, beautiful Archangel Gabriel. That of communication, speech, the voice, okay, is calling to you. Are you heeding the call to this new life? You're saying, yes, I've wanted this for so long. With the Judgment card, it's saying, facing old habits or bad habits that you had, you know, painful past wounds that you've had that weren't healed, forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Okay, to move on. And it's about saying, forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. I love you. I'm working on Ho'oponopono right now. So as I read up on it and study up on it, I will be putting that into my readings too. It's a beautiful ancient Hawaiian art of healing, ancestral pain. Not just the wounds of you in this life and the people around you. It's your ancestors, people in this life, and even your descendants, people in future lives. And it talks about the data that we receive, and being a Gemini, they're saying to say this to you because you have millions and billions of thoughts a day. Your mind's always going. Ho'oponopono talks about those billions of 11 billion unnecessary garbage data that we get every day in our lives that keep us from having alignment and bliss and being in touch with the divine. So this card is talking about that letting go and releasing. So doing it with love of yourself has got to start first. I love me. You know, we look at ourselves in the mirror and pick ourselves apart. We look at our lives, we pick ourselves apart. We look at our family, our friends, our schooling, whatever we have, we're so good at picking ourselves apart, especially Geminis, because you are in your head so much. You are your own worst enemy. You need to get out of your way right now. And I was thinking of that the other day too, and I opened Facebook and there was a tarot card somebody had posted, and it was that heaven wants to help you. They hear what's been going on in your life and they want to help you. You need to get out of the way. Get out of your own way. And I was like, wow, that was right in my face right then and there. And I said, thank you to Spirit to acknowledge that, yes, God only helps those who helps themselves. Or if you don't believe in God, that your higher power, you put the energy into things. But there is divine alignment. There is synchronicity. Okay? And we don't always want to accept that. What this is saying, you've done the work. Now it is time to stop trying to control it, and that it's ripping your mind apart. and it's tearing you down physically. You need to let it go right now, and just say, I've done all the work, I've put the wishes out there, as I have ordered from the catalog in the universe, and let it come to me. In the meantime, align myself. I need to move on and heal myself. This is for big changes in your life. This is about renewal. This is a huge healing card for any and all of us. From any illnesses, from any accidents, abusive relationships, something with your job, your home, your career, your day-to-day living. It's a day of reckoning for you, but it's with rewards. This is success. You have 10 and 10. This is a 10-year, but it's 20. So for a lot of you, there's the duality. There's the twins. Many things in your life. You're saying you thought that you've let these things go. You've gone through therapy. You've talked about it. You thought you healed yourself, and still it creeps up on you. Every step you take a little bit each day is weighing more heavily, and your footsteps are going deeper and deeper and deeper into the ground because you're carrying this weight with you, and that we want you to release it. And with this Aquarius energy in the South Node is healing the past and karma. We want you to release it with calm. And with the Leo in the North Node, we want you to be creative. We want you to go from the heart matters, okay? Loving yourself first. These are very important messages they're saying. This is very important for every Gemini. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life and who you are. And these are Gemini centric, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, heavily placed planets in Gemini or air. This is for every one of you to know that these are the things you need to work on. These are two majors here, very important. And I always look at the aces as a major. And then we have the Three of Swords. Now, so we know we have the air. With the Three of Swords, it's Saturn in Libra, and that's October 3rd to October 12th. With Saturn, we know it's about the life lessons and the karma. When it's in Libra, it's relationships. So as a general reading, this is about your head and heart were at battle, and so you're so much in your head, it's always your mind wins. You don't listen to your heart. It's very clouded and even looks stormy or rainy here. Things need to clear. But you're causing your own misery. Some of you, there was a breakup or a separation. And if it wasn't that you actually broke up, divorced, or separated from someone, maybe you're separated either because of your jobs or schooling, or you're separated because you're not communicating, they're saying, and your own misery is being caused because you won't open up to each other, or one or the other won't open up to each other. And this is a life lesson. Especially Saturn does rule, that's the house of karma in the past and male paradigms. It's structure and form, but it's saying, I'm not going to reward you in anything you do until you put the work in. So this is about putting the work in, and it's not about working 60 hours a week. This is putting the work into you. When you love yourself and you align yourself and you put all your energies into this, self-love, healing, the past, okay, then you can be truly aligned and one with Source. And when you vibrate in Source's vibration, everything will come to you because you are truly aligned. Now, the 3 is the energy you could put into something, being very creative. Okay, but it is about being balanced. That 3 is on the balance, but it's looking forward. There could be a lot of anxiety here. All right, try and balance that. We want you to stay grounded here. And since it is in Libra, it is about balance, harmony, compromise, they're saying. It could also be legal and justice system. So maybe some of you are learning a lesson. This is getting thrown in there. If any of you had something going on with court, divorce, relationships, partnership, breaking up with a job, a business, a company, anything like that, you need to talk it through. Things are not clear. You need to clear the air. Put the energy, and the result of the choice you make is to have the heartfelt center. Very Leo right now. Okay, it's learning about that. Being generous, coming from your heart, and healing this, okay? And so you can shine. So for a lot of you, whether it's your health, money, relationship, your job, see, whatever it is in your life, it's saying this is the year you need to put your energy into being very creative by using your heart, tapping into your heart, your emotions. There are times you have to listen to your head, Spirit will say, and others to your heart. With this here, it's saying you're at battle with your own self. You're not in alignment. You're vacillating back and forth. You need to ground your energy and stay focused and clear. Do some meditating. Do some praying. You know, go out in nature. Whatever it is that's your conduit that attracts to you inspirational thought from Spirit, okay, from the divine. But work on that, because that's what you're supposed to be doing, grounding stability. You need to set a solid foundation this year on having heartfelt communication and talks with yourself. Because you're not being honest with yourself. You're lying to yourself. Okay? You want everything to be all right. You're that social butterfly, but you're not facing the truth in the matter. You're not recognizing what your heart feels and needs. You're ignoring what your heart is saying because you don't want to be vulnerable. So again, let go of that. You need to heal that. Your fear of being vulnerable. Look, we all get hurt in life for different areas of life and different things, but it is a learning curve, and it always is. I don't like it when it happens to me, but then in aftermath as things happen and unfold in my life, even if it's years later, I look back and say, oh, now I understand why that happened. So this is the time of them telling you, put some creative effort into joy, love, and bliss. Love yourself, love your body, love your eyes, your heart, your hair, your mind, your soul, whatever it is. Love your life, even if it's not exactly what you want it to be, because in giving gratitude for what you do have, you attract more to you. And then you can say, well, I'm going to ground myself. I'm grounded to align yourself. And once you're doing this with gratitude and aligning yourself, putting those tools into manifesting the best you, having the new life, because God's giving you the opportunity, source, you can get that clarity. Because here's that Eight of Swords. Yeah, it does look foreboding and bleak, doesn't it? Well, this is Jupiter in Gemini. It's like May 21st to May 31st. I got to tell you, this is right on target for you. The Eight of Swords is talking about you keeping yourself prisoner here. See how you're here? You're imprisoned. Your heart and your mind are at battle. Well, you could take off the blindfold and see things for what they really are. We don't see your hands. They're bound, but we can't assume you can't get yourself free. It doesn't look that tight. And look, you're between the earthly plane and the water, so earth and spirit. Again, the physical body and the spiritual. These are all your thoughts, words around you. Suspicion, doubt, grief. Gossip, they're saying. Yeah, chitter-chatter gossip. All the negative thoughts and words and energies you're surrounding yourself with. The 8 is talking about, just like here with the infinity symbol, putting that energy into creating something new. This is for some of you who feel like you're a prisoner. I mean, like really a prisoner, like someone's kidnapped you. You can't get free. I understand this card really, really, really strongly. There are things we feel like we're stuck with and we can't move forward. We're frozen. No matter what we do, we can't break free. This card is saying your thoughts and your words are creating a lot of the misery you're feeling here. Okay? And that you need to get free. Now, her dress is like a little orangey. So with that chakra of orange, we know that is the pelvic area, the regenerative area. That is a creative area. So a lot of you are starved creatively or passionately. You don't have passion in your life. You don't have creative outlet. And that's very Leo. Leo's talking about being creative, having fun with it, recreation, play, children, sex for pleasure, you know, the enjoyment of life, the 5th house. So with this card, a lot of you are saying, I don't have that in my life. Now, when we have Jupiter and Gemini, we're talking about expansion and growth. Higher mind. See, this is the mind that's here. Like Vicki Verley says, I love her, the rock and roll prophetess. If you don't watch her, check her out. She talks about the monkey mind. The Gemini mind was the earthly mind that just screws yourself up. We want to resonate to the higher mind with Jupiter, which is your polar opposite of Sagittarius. We want you to raise your vibration this year. We want you to work on higher philosophies, read different books, travel different places, be with different people, socialize with others that you wouldn't normally, different groups, organizations that maybe you've been thinking about wanting to but afraid to, didn't have time to, or made excuses about. You need to break yourself free from this negative energy, all these crappy people around you, or all the crappy people in your head. Okay, stop listening to them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Free yourself. See it for what it really is. Your mind is clouded. That's a very uncomfortable place for a Gemini. They need to have clarity because they're thinking about too many things, and every one of them has to be clear. So a lot of you have a lot of things going on in your life too. Too many thoughts going everywhere. You're out of focus and you're scattered. So we want you to take control with courage and determination. And once you set your mind to this, that you are going to do this, it's going to happen for you quickly. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be forever and ever because life happens and it gets in the way of us living, but it will be for a time that you free yourself mentally from the chains that bind you. By the people around you, stop hanging around with them. Get away from them. The things you're doing, if it's an addiction, whatever it is, get away from it for a while. Okay, you're being called to this new life. Will you heed the call? Free yourself from whatever is entombing you. See, free yourself from the trap that you think you're in. You can. You say, well, no, I can't because, well, it's not true. Put the energy into it, or put the thoughts out to God, Spirit, your angels, guides, whatever you call your higher self, the universe, and say, this is what I'm trying to do, I want in my life. I see myself in it. Keep seeing yourself in it. See through the blindfold. See yourself free of this, loving yourself, being in joy and bliss, so that these chains that you've created or perceive have a hold on you, you can break yourself free of. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Nice energy. Do you know something? This is the exact polar opposite of you, because the Eight of Swords is our Jupiter in Gemini. The Eight of Wands is our Mercury in Sagittarius, your polar opposite. See where you are sister, brother energy in the wheel of the zodiac. Okay? So here that energy was what? You seem trapped and stuck. But look at here. Look at here. You're free. Sagittarius. Sagittarius is this arrow that's always seeking truth. It's straight and pointing in a direction. It's focused. Now, this energy, instead of being in the mental realm, you're starting to go more physical here. You're putting that mental energy into what you're passionate about, you're driven about. Your energy is regained, restored. Your creative all-spark is back. The writer's block is gone. Very important for Geminis. Poets, writers, vloggers, bloggers. Your communication, so even if you were like tongue-tied or stuck, or you couldn't speak, even they're saying some of you might have had things going on with your throat this year, or upper respiratory, whatever, this is going to be a freeing and a clearing for you. You know, here in the water is a little squiggly here. You see that? And it's mixing, but it's like, there's water within the land, but there's no open, free flow. It's stuck. Here, look. The water is flowing. You see it's flowing just like here. The water is flowing like a river. It's going somewhere. It's flowing. This is the natural order that we want in our lives with Mercury and Gemini. Mercury is your ruling planet. So it is your communication, the way you're thinking, writing, speaking, clarity. Oh, it is your brothers and sisters, siblings, because it is third house. Local jaunts, local travel, not long-term big travel, but local travel, neighbors, your car, anything with transportation. But since we do have Sag here, I'm going to say it is breaking free from the local mundane. You're really branching out. For some of you, you are going to be having new networks of friends. Maybe you're going to have people that are different languages than you, different ethnicities, different religions. How exciting. Different belief systems, different tastes in music. And you're really socializing, having a great time. For others of you, this is arrows of love coming right at you, where you started off here looking to manifest whatever it was in your life, whether it was love, the job, the career, the home, the vacation of a lifetime, whatever it was, this is coming to you quickly. Now, this is November 23rd to December 2nd. So see the progress you're making toward the end of the year? Okay, you're starting to see the results of this. And it will happen quickly because you put that 8 energy of grounding stability into play and you're seeing your results. Now, I would normally stop there, but something told me to flip the deck, and that's always the secret of the reading. And look what we have, the Chariot. And we talked about one of the, I think it was the second deck in it, your constellation, or was the third one, the Charioteer. So the Chariot is victory. Okay, the number 7 is grounding stability, but it is about the mysteries. You're getting a hold of it, balancing the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, embracing your shadow side, loving that body, whether you have fat thighs, skinny butt, thick legs, you know, you don't like your hair, whatever. This is about bringing it into balance, but it's not a rocky ride on this Chariot. It's smooth. Look, there's growth and fertility. It looks like there's water behind there. So the calm waters are behind you. You do have the wisdom of the zodiac here. All phases of the moon represented. You see the moon, the waning and waxing moon. And it is with the Chariot. It is finding a separate self. It is success. It's taking the reins. You're getting a move on now. You know, like you got a giddy up and you get along. You know, you're getting this going. The new strategy that you had is going to win in the struggle here, or whatever perceived obstacle you thought you had. It's also calming that inner beast. that you had, that struggle between you and your mind, your heart and mind, taking control and having confidence to win. There is loyalty here too. So if some of you had problems with your partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, your besties, whatever there's doubt there, there's loyalty coming back here and conviction. There's victory at any cost. And you're leading the opposition. Some of you are going to take a nice road trip maybe. Watch out for your cars though. Sometimes it does talk about car trouble. And oopsie, sorry about that. And then also, the next card was Temperance. I kept looking for that card in other readings too, and it does come up. For you, this is Sagittarius, this is Cancer. So a lot of you, this is your home healing, where you didn't feel loved, nurtured, cared for, and protected. You made it happen. You start to love, nurture, care, and protect yourself. You're not looking for it from the outside. You're looking for it within. And you understand that's where it begins. With Temperance, it is a gorgeous card of healing. And that is Sagittarius. And look, again we have, look here. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're here. Remember, between earth and spirit, but you know, you were like in the mud here. But look at this. Clean, clear spring water and solid ground. Look at the crown there that's illuminated. You're illuminated. You're making it work. You're taking the impossible, the opposites like Gemini and Sag, and mixing them like the alchemist to prove that you made the impossible work. But Spirit was there to guide you. They helped with the healing. It wasn't easy. It wasn't quick. It took all these years. But look, it's here. And it's a beautiful blending here. And it is a beautiful healing for you. When you have the Temperance card, it's like the ego. The soul offers the ego up for cleansing. And maybe that's what it was. A lot of us live in the ego world, that monkey mind, like Vicky really says, where we put ourselves down. We don't love ourselves the way Spirit loves us. If we looked at ourselves as little children and saw how we treated ourselves, if there was a little child outside, we would jump all over and probably pound our faces. And hey, leave them alone. This is what you need to do for yourself. Okay, this is merging the impossible, the opposites within yourself, your heart and your mind. Moderating your behavior, tempering it, okay? Whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, the way you talk about yourself, others, you let them talk about you. Being in control, okay? Being in control, taking the reins in your life, and healing yourself. Harmony and balance, which we had with the Libra card here. And it also about artistic creation, which is this beautiful Leo energy. So this is going to be a year for healing for you, okay? I do hope that this gives you help, guidance, and peace. I know it went a little long, but I had to do it differently. This was what they called for. And I do wish for clarity for you. I have the beautiful quartz crystals there. They reminded me of swords upward. Some prosperity with the citrine. Healing, opening your higher mind, but also prosperity with you with the amethyst. And so some beautiful healing and purifying energies that magnify to you. Remember, you are a magnet for love, abundance, and all the best things in your life. The selenite, too, very, very much opening the crown chakra, because we want you, Geminis, to stay true to who you are in thought, but let it coming in from higher sources. Let that higher source energy come in with this Aquarius South Node of awakening and that Uranian energy and Sagittarian polarity. We want the higher mind open. We want to open that crown chakra. So let it in. Let Spirit come through to you into the physical matter body that you have, but have inspirational thought. Well, again, happy birthday. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful reading for our Geminis. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And for everyone watching, I wish you happy birthday, Gemini, and happy solar return. And as always, I wish you the best.